Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Patricia Stuart of Patricia Stuart Originals. Well, I like making accordion books, and first I made this cover for it, and this cover has some symbols of importance to me written on it. And how I made this cover, I took two pieces of watercolor paper. I had painted something and I was no longer going to use it, so I cut it in half, and using masking tape I taped it down the center, leaving a space between the two with the masking tape so that it would work as a cover. And on this cover I have things that represent my art. You know, what art does for me. It's freedom, it allows change, and of course, artists, we need support. And what else do I have? Perseverance. We know all about perseverance with art. Then on the back, I have patience and tolerance. And that's what art requires, even while we're having fun. So I didn't want to throw away this. It's a real sturdy piece of watercolor paper. And so I decided to use it as a cover. Here is the accordion book, where I just took some prints, this paint that I randomly put on the gel plate, and later with some of them I went in to do my design. But first I have here, as you can see, I use frog tape as my masking tape. This is frog tape, and it prevents paint from leaking through under the sides. That's what I love it for. But however, because I'm using it on paper, and I'm using for my book mixed media paper, if I'm not careful when I peel it up, it could bring up some of the paper, but if you slowly peel it up, it'll be okay. I think it's better than masking tape. Masking tape definitely tears paper. But what I like about it is you don't get any bleed through. And I get these clean sides to my art. And I like to see my prints, you know, as a clean look to it. And I like the fact of having the sides like it's matted. So this is just an accordion book that I'm using just to make some prints, and I was having fun with it. I didn't pre-think anything. It was just at random, having fun making the prints. And so these two I'm going to do for you so that you can see. And I just mixed paint on my 5x7 gel plate and just pull prints with color. What really brings these out is markings or whatever you do on top. Okay, and so I'm going to start with this one here. See if we can fold that over. And first, I'll start with this one. I'm going to put these on my fingers for the simple reason is that if I have nail polish on my nails and the paint gets on them, it makes it, you know, that I will have to constantly do my nails, or the paint and the constant cleaning off paint with nail polish remover and all of that dries out my nails even more, makes it worse. And so certainly I can use these nib thingies that I got on Amazon, and I used to use them a lot at one point while painting, especially if I had my nails done. Okay, so I'll just put them on and then get to doing some prints. And I'm going to use just 2 stencils, and these designs that you saw that I did, I used the same stencil and just kept moving it around, shifting, using different colors, and it created its own design. And I'm using my 3x5 as my paint palette and my sponges that I use. So I'm going to start with Liquitex Basics. This is a blue. And I'm just going to start by putting circles on. And the thing is, you can create a design changing your colors, but yet using the same stencil the whole time. And that's what I do here. All right, just like that. And it's quick and it's easy. That's what I like about it. I can get something done quite quickly. And now I want to add to that color, so I'm going to take some lime green and because I have this, I'm going to cut off this top like so, which allows me to continue to be able to use the stencil. And so I'm going to change the position of this stencil a little bit. And let's get some lime green. And I'm just choosing colors that random that I like. I usually don't know what the end result will be. And there we have hints of green. So we can see the hints of green. And it doesn't seem to show up as much. However, I'm going to go in with some red. And I'm not going to cut the nib off this time because I have green. The red is overpowering, so it wouldn't make any difference. Okay, so I'm going to do a few circles. Sometimes you don't have to do the whole stencil. Come in at different spots with the red. Just like that. Makes it nice and colorful. Okay, now I will cut the nib off because the next color I go to, it will definitely not mix the way I want. It's a lot. Some of it is pretty wet. Okay, so I'm going to go in with a little titanium white, fluid acrylics, get some circles. Just adding a pop of white on top of all that color that we have going on. And it's just, as I said, having fun, adding random colors to create a pattern. And so as simple as that, it's done. Okay, we want to go over to the next side, which is here. And I'll be using this stencil. It's like a honeycomb type stencil. Okay. And I'm going to put a little orange, golden fluid acrylics. Now you see what I'm working with, so I don't have a lot of space, but it's my paint palette for now. Okay. And this is just very quick, simple. If you have prints that you've already pulled, you can do something like this. And there we have that. Okay, and there you get that pattern. Now I'm going to go in with some yellow. Stagger the print a bit. I'm going to cut off this tip to get rid of the orange. Okay. I'm going to turn it that way, different direction, adding some yellow. See if that adds something to it. And there you get this nice mix of color. Rub some in there. Okay, now I will add another color in with it. Let's see. I'm going to go with a little permanent violet. Keeping the same sponge without cutting the tip. I'm just curious as to what we can get from that. Now this lightens the violet on top of the yellow, but it gives it a nice touch. It doesn't overpower. Now if I wanted to, I could use this accordion book and do some mark making, but I really just simply wanted to do some quick print making. Just a quick design. Something that doesn't take me long to do, where I can make a quick, easy project with this book. Okay, and so I'm going to peel off, and if I don't try to rip this off too quickly, I will keep the paper from tearing. And I'm using a mixed media, dry, wet paper, but sometimes the frog tape, because it clings so well to it, I can, like here, try to pull up some of the paper. I don't know if it's because it's pretty warm in my studio today, and if that's the reason I'm getting this reaction. But I love just when I can get a clean, you know, look to my prints. Okay, it tore a little here, but my solution to that is take a little on a glue stick and glue it down, and it's no problem. Masking tape I have more of an issue with and tearing than the frog tape. So if it tears a little, as it did here, just put a little glue. So you see how that looks. You could see all the colors, and it's a nice clean print. We'll do the same with this one. And when it dries, I can put it inside my book, securing it with, I have a heavy-duty double-sided tape that I use. It's about 1 inch in width, and I can adhere the cover on to the book. And you see your design when you're doing it. Sometimes you can't see the beauty of the print. And that's why I like to frame it with the frog tape. Leaves it with a border, because then you can see the beauty of the print. I think it's pretty warm today. In my studio, I don't have the air flowing. Okay. And that's pretty neat. Nice, colorful print with these two to go along with all the rest of the other ones. And so I have to give these a minute to thoroughly dry before I try to close the book to put. And this will be the part that I made a notation. This is the cover that goes down into the book here. it will be double-sided in like this. This will be the book, and this will close over like that. You open it, and then your accordion book unfolds like so. It's pretty simple, pretty nice. I'm going to tape it and then show you what the finished product looks like. Okay, we've seen how simple the process is. Again, here are the last two prints that were done. And the accordion book, the way I did it, unfolds like so. And so all of it, I was able to double side tape this part in to one side of the cover, and there's my book. And so it's not a perfect fit, but I wasn't going for exactness. It's just the creativity of the book. And so you can look at the book, turn the pages, and you see by opening the book, you get to see all of the pages that are in the book. And then there's the other side. You get all the pages to the other side of the book. And so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have 11 pieces of small art, about 11 of them. And so it's a fun project to do. Maybe it's something you would like to try to do. For the cover, like I said, use one sheet of watercolor paper, which is pretty thick and heavy, so it's durable. Or some thin cardboard that you may have, where you can paint on it and do a design on the cover, or anything that would be a sturdy, not paper, but it has to be sturdier. Some heavy duty mixed media paper might work. And this is the paper that I use to make the prints. It's Canson mixed media, has perforated pages. All right, and how I was able to fold the pages, let me just show you that. Sometimes it doesn't tear on the perforated edges I want. Okay. But this is nice paper that does, you know, a nice pull on the gel plate. Mixed media paper. Okay, so I took the sheet of mixed media paper and I just folded it in half, right? And all of them were folded in half. And I hate when this happens. I'm trying to tear the paper out and it gives me a hard time. And I put those folded papers together . If I wasn't doing a video, I wouldn't have these struggles. So I didn't earlier. Okay, so it's folding pages in half. And you put them in each other. And I use double-sided, regular double-sided tape just to make sure that it was taped together. I taped it here and here. And once it's taped together, that's the beginning of your accordion book. And then I kept doing that. With this, you can do as many pages as you'd like. And that's how I use these papers to make an accordion book. And or you may have some paper that's on a roll, and you know, you can fold it for as long as you want. And so this was a fun project for me today. I just wanted to play around with some prints. I like printmaking, and it was just playful, as well as I get to see what colors, certain colors, how they blend together, how they go together, or I'm introduced to a new color pattern as a result, something that I would want to try again, or an idea. Thanks for joining me today. Keep doing art. Until next time.